We're joined by Sue Hackstock from Oxford Orion Fish. Are you familiar with the Blessings in the Backpack program?
I am, yes.
Yeah, so they kind of serve the same purpose you do, to make sure that, you know, the students at the Lake Orion schools don't go home hungry over the weekend, and it's such a great program.
It is. It's wonderful.
So, of course, we here at ONTV are really starting to gear up for our week-long food drive that benefits Oxford Orion Fish. That kicks off on Monday. We run an entire week, and we're really excited about it. It's been a great partnership that we've had with Fish over the last, decade or more.
Oh, a long time.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and so we're so happy to be able to help out your organization. First of all, for those who might not be familiar with Oxford Orion Fish, talk about your organization and what they do in the community.
We are a local food pantry. All food is donated to us from all the, on TV, the school food drives, postal food drives. People can call us and just come in and shop and get pretty much whatever they need, from canned goods to frozen goods, milk, eggs, anything for a family. And it's all by poundage. Like one person can get 60 pounds of food. Mm-hmm. And up to 7 members in a family, 200 pounds of food. That's a lot of food.
Yeah, right.
I mean, most of them don't walk away with that much food. I mean, it's pretty hard, especially 200 pounds.
Right.
That's a lot of food. And they come in monthly. All they have to do is call the office, our Orion Fish office, and we'll set up an appointment, and they come in. They come in every 30 days, and we're strictly a food pantry. We don't do anything but food.
Yeah.
That was how we started, and that's what we're doing.
So the location is on Lapeer Road, just north of Lake Orion in Oxford. And what I love about it, and I've been there many times to shoot video, is how it's set up like a little corner grocery store.
That's how the gentleman that set up this building for us, how he wanted it. He wanted a little grocery store where people could come in and feel right at home. They're not, they don't feel like it's a handout.
Right, exactly.
They're very welcome, and we try to make them feel very, very welcome. So, yeah.
Now, the reason we do the food drive this time of the year is throughout the holidays, everyone's feeling very generous. Right. There's lots of donations that come in over the holidays, but we've been told that in the months following the holidays, leading up into the post office big Stamp Out Hunger food drive in May, there's a bit of a lull, and so that's why we picked this time of the year to do that. Talk about your needs this time of year.
Pretty much, and it's true, this is a slow time. I mean, we don't get as many donations like we do at Christmas and for the postal food drive. Our needs are pretty much anything and everything. I mean, we need all canned goods, milk, I mean, just everything, toothpaste, things you don't think about, toothpaste, toothbrushes, just about anything that you and your household need, we need, and our clients need or would like.
Yeah.
So like now, Strong 42, which is an Oxford organization, they just made over 100 birthday bags for us that we just are starting to distribute, which is a cake mix, a cake pan, frosting, and they come in and get, if they have a special birthday coming, come in and get a bag, just people are just so generous. It's just unbelievable.
Oh yeah, both of the communities, Oxford and
Orion.
Oh yeah, they always come through.
They always come through for us.
There's fundraisers and stuff throughout the year, and you would think that people in Lake Orion and Oxford would be like, oh, not another fundraiser. But they always come through.
Yeah,
every
always.
fundraiser is a huge success.
It's so
really
true.
Amazing.
Yeah. Like last year, we gave over 200,000 pounds of food.
Wow.
And it's it was all donated, and Myers is a big sponsor for us, so we're very grateful to Myers, and and then of course all the food drives.
Yeah. Now, prior to COVID, our focus with our food drive was getting people to come into our studio and drop off food. Mm-hmm. Since COVID, we've kind of switched the focus more on financial donations. Right. And what financial donations allow is, in addition to the cans and boxes that people donate, you have to purchase certain items.
Right.
So talk about how monetary donations are important to you.
Well, the monetary will buy the meat, mostly meat, eggs, and, you know, I mean, look at eggs, $3 a dozen. Who would have ever thought, you know? Eggs, milk, that kind of stuff. People don't really donate that as much as the canned goods and cream, you know, mac and cheese, that kind of stuff. So all that kind of stuff is purchased. We have a gentleman that does all the shopping for us, and through Myers again, that's where we go, and that's what we get.
Yeah.
So the perishables are financed through financial donations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Now, it was interesting when COVID hit, it was kind of interesting. You said that the need kind of went down during COVID, but since COVID, we've all been victims of inflation and stuff like that.
right.
Talk about how inflation has impacted the food pantry.
Oh, wow. So in fact, just the fact that what we cannot, how much we have to buy, and we can't really do it because we don't have the money to do it. So, you know, like, you know, people during COVID all got help through the government, so they didn't really use us like now they're back with us because they don't get what they were getting before, which makes it hard on us, but we do the best we can, and you know, people do send in monetary donations. But not as much as they bring, you know, different groups bring in the different foods.
Yeah.
So we just do what we can do. Sometimes they'll have excess and sometimes we don't. We just give them what we have, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, hamburger and chicken and that kind of stuff. Sometimes we have abundance of it and they can take more, and sometimes it's limited.
Yeah.
Depending on, again, the financial aspect of it.
Yeah. So on top of inflation, rents are going up. I can relate to that. I'm a renter. And so that has to affect your clients. That cost of groceries is up, rent is going up. Your services are more important now than ever.
They are. We do the best we can.
Yeah.
We just do the best we can. We can guide them to different places that can help them, you know, with rent and utility bills, that kind of stuff. We personally do not have any money to give out, but we have organizations that will definitely help them.
Yeah, I think Love Inc. is one of those, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they will send you to the people that can help you
Exactly.
make ends meet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, everybody works together in the community. It's a wonderful community.
Yeah. Now let's talk about volunteerism. So you're volunteer-based, volunteer-run,
Right.
and you have shelf stocking days. We'll give you an opportunity here to recruit volunteerism, and how can you put them to work?
They can just call the office and say they want to volunteer. We are an all-volunteer organization. Nobody is paid that does anything for fish, which is kind of remarkable considering. And they call and we can set up, you know, they can come in and it's usually the groups of like church groups, youth groups, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, those kind of, they all like to come in and help stock our shelves. And our shelves are stocked on Tuesdays and Thursdays with people, not usually kids, but with adults. And then if they have a group, we will make arrangements for them to come in after school to work with, you know, volunteers that can help the kids.
Yeah.
Give them a tour, and then they can, you know, a lot of them will have a food drive themselves. The Girl Scouts will have a food drive, so then they'll bring in the food that they collected and they'll stock the shelves, and they learn. You know, they learn what it's all about. I mean, it's not like their pantry where they can just go in and grab what they want. You know,
Right.
Some people aren't as fortunate. You know. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great opportunity, I think, for young people to learn that there's need out there that
agree.
a lot of us might not be aware of. And you know, this is something I bring up every year this time of the year when we're planning for our food drive is, you know, Oakland County is one of the wealthiest counties in the nation, not just Michigan. Yet there are people who are hungry. There are people who are struggling. There are, it's in the case of the Blessings in a Backpack, there are kids. They get lunch at school, but when they go home for the weekend, they're not getting the food, and they come back to school on Monday hungry.
Right.
And it's so shocking to think that this is happening in Oakland County. What is your reaction when you see, you know, those needs increase at your pantry?
We're just amazed. You wonder, you know, you just have to give the parents credit for all they do, and, you know, it's just, we do what we can, and they're very grateful. They're just so grateful for everything that we do and what we can do for them. And a lot of them will come back and volunteer. They can't usually volunteer if they're a client of ours, but once they get themselves out of the hole, they'll say, "You guys did so much for me. I want to come and help and do whatever I can," which is wonderful.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it is
That's great.
amazing. Yeah, it is amazing. It's a good organization, and we really appreciate the community for helping us out as much as they can, and for on TV, for all you guys do for us. We couldn't do it without people like you.
And we've been doing this so long now that it's just kind of routine now.
Yeah.
Like everything falls into place and everything is already happening.
Yeah.
And so once we go live on Monday, we'll hit the ground running. I mean, we've already you probably
I
saw
saw
the food.
Yes,
in
I
our
did.
lobby
I
when
thought,
you came
wow,
in.
amazing. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, a lot of that came from Gowling Buick GMC here in Lake Orion. They
Yeah.
rolled up one day and said, "Hey, we got some food for you."
Yes.
We have some other
Jumpstart,
places with collection boxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
Anybody that wants to put a collection box in their lobby, we're for it.
yeah,
The post
definitely.
office, Lake Orion Post Office has one, and we get a lot of people drop off. They go get their mail and drop off a box of Cheerios, and whatever. So
Yeah.
it's all very grateful, very, very grateful.
Yeah. So the Stamp Out Hunger food drive that the post office does, that's not until May. And for that particular food drive, they send a bag to all postal customers, and you fill that bag up, you leave it up by your mailbox, and they collect it. Until then, we do what we can. And so if you have food that you want to donate, you can either bring it here to our studio, or next week we're going to have our van parked out in front of our building. The door is going to be left open, and you could just roll up and put bags or boxes of food in our van. And if you want to make donations, you can go to our Orion, ontv.org website, and we have GoFundMe sort of a thing set up where you can make donations online. And then, of course, there's the fish website. Why don't you give out that information again?
It's oxfordorionfish.org.
Yeah.
And just, or contact us by phone. I have to look the number up because I don't know it by heart. 248-628-3933.
Yeah.
We're open Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for shopping. They have to call. You can't just walk in. You have to have an appointment. But again, call the phone number, call our number, and they'll gladly set up an appointment for you. And we also have a box out in the back of the building. People can drop things off if they go by and they have a bag they want to drop off. More than willing to. They can drop it off right there.
I remember someone saying something to me one time, and it's really stuck with me, that when it comes time for you to donate food to a drive like this, I'm sure you appreciate anything that you get, but don't just grab that can of lima beans that's been sitting on the shelf for 8 months that nobody likes. If you're going to donate food, donate stuff you like, that you enjoy, because those families would enjoy it as
exactly.
well. So so whenever I buy food to donate, I always look for stuff that I enjoy. So.
True.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of expired food.
Yeah, that's
people
another
go
good
in their,
thing.
they go in their pantry and they clean out their pantry and they think, well, I'll take this to fish. We appreciate it, except we cannot put it on our shelves. It has to be bagged separately, and then we tell the clients are welcome to take it, but it does not go on the shelves. It goes, and they're told it's expired. Open it. If you don't like the way it looks or smells, throw it out. Don't eat it. But at least, canned vegetables probably last, for a long time. But still,
Well,
you
I
know.
think about growing up, we didn't have expiration dates on those things. So
Right.
who knows? How do we know when they expired?
Somebody told us a Twinkie lasts 25 years. I just cannot imagine that.
I was just talking to a family member over the weekend that sometimes I'll go into my cupboards for spices, and I'll look at it and it'll be 10 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Spices are in my cupboard forever.
Yes,
So-
true.
Need to do a little more cooking, Joe.
I know. I need a reason. So check those expiration dates, and feel free to drop them off here, drop them off at the food pantry. But get involved next week. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to go live for a couple hours every day. There's going to be a lot of specific programming that we're going to be airing all next week geared toward the food drive. And of course, we want to to thank our generous sponsors. We've had a lot of sponsors, the business community and local organizations step up and make donations that we'll be passing along to
We
Fish.
appreciate it.
And we can't wait till that final day of our food drive when we make the big announcement and what our final tally is. And we always seem to exceed our predictions, and that's because of such a generous Lake Orion community. So
Very true, and we thank you so much.
our pleasure. We look forward to it.
Thank you very much.